My name is Lora, and this is my story. My story is one of longevity. I am 41 plus years post-diagnosis. My childhood was normal. I danced, I rode bikes, I played softball, we went on family vacations, we went camping. It was just a typical, awesome childhood. We moved to Bethel Park when I was in 6th grade, and it was the summer after freshman year, so it was 1981, and I just started to notice a pain in my right calf muscle that hadn't really been there before. And one day I was at my aunt's house and I asked her to feel it because I felt something in my leg that was kind of round and hard. And so she felt it and was sort of taken aback, didn't know what it was. She told my parents about it, and we scheduled an appointment with the family doctor. We had a family vacation scheduled coming up, and he said, "Go on the vacation, it's fine." Came back from that vacation and went back to the family doctor, and nothing had really changed. And so I met Dr. Kelly, and Dr. Kelly admitted me to do a biopsy. So I went to Mercy Hospital, and I was in for 10 days, and they did the biopsy and then just a myriad of other tests. He had called them into the office and told them that he suspected that it was a malignant tumor in my right calf muscle called rhabdomyosarcoma. Soft muscle tumors are rare to begin with, and then this was a fraction of a percentage of that. And so he sent me home for a week, and I went to see Dr. Goodman on a Thursday. And so he explained that it was a large tumor, about the size of a softball. And so he said there were two options. We could remove the tumor and rebuild that muscle, and that it would probably be back by the time I was 16 and I would probably not survive. Or we could do an above knee amputation, follow it up with a chemotherapy protocol, and my odds were, a lot better. And I said, yeah. I said, I have a lot of things that I want to do. I want to do the surgery. I want to do the amputation. And I walked through the tunnel from Fall Clinic into Presbyterian Hospital, and we had the surgery the next morning. And Dr. Goodman always laughed, and he said, "It was your adolescent angst." He said, "You were just on a mission and on a path." And he said, I really, I've lost patients who have hesitated. And he said it was full steam ahead. I had the surgery for the amputation, and about 3.5 weeks later, at the end of September, I did my first chemo treatment. I did my full treatment at Presbyterian Hospital. The staff on Unit 12-3 is where my chemo was, and they were incredible. Those people became family, too. Presbyterian was my home away from home for those 2 years.
Lora is somebody who never used the fact that she had lost her leg as an excuse for anything. As a matter of fact, she made a point to make it not an excuse for anything.
I have done what I wanted to do. I went to Pitt. I got my bachelor's degree in elementary ed, went back to school and got my master's degree. I went back to school again, and I got certified as a national board certified teacher. And I went back to school again and got my elementary principal certification. I love teaching. I love everything about it. So I taught school for 34 years. I just retired in June, and I thought, I miss doing stuff with school and kids. So I tutor, and I also work at a local learning center Dr. Goodman said that was just your whole mindset from the beginning. Let's just do this and keep moving forward.
Can't even begin to tell you the number of kids whose lives she's touched. You can't count.
So I met Lora 17 years ago. I've really gotten to know her pretty well. She's not going to not do things because she only has one leg. She's very determined not to have this ruin her life.
I actually have a journal that one of my middle school teachers gave to me, and she put an inscription in the front, and she just said, everybody has a story to tell, and the best stories to tell are your stories. I wanted to do my best in stuff, so I think it was just a drive inside. This was something that was unexpected. It's part of my story, but it wasn't the biggest part of my story. It was just part of the story. Dr. Goodman is, I call him my hero. There was one time, it was probably 20 years ago, and I said something about coming to see him every year. And he said, "You do realize that I stopped needing to see you probably 10 years ago." And he said, "You're just kind of cool to hang out with." And a few years after that, I asked him at that point, if I came to you today with the same exact scenario that I did back in 1981, would the outcome have been different? And he said, no. When he retired a few years ago, he continued to call me, and he told me about Pittsburgh Cure Sarcoma. And he said, "I really would love for you to get involved." So here I am now. I am excited about PCS. I've already met some awesome people, but I've jumped in. So I'm helping with, newsletter articles and things like that. Looking forward to the first race in June to go to. I hope that my story can help PCS in its mission to get people motivated. I want the answer to the question, would it be different today? I want that answer to be yes. It's different today because the research is there. If my story and other people that have gone through it helps turn that last page, then it's all worth it.